I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you all today, and I'm going to speak on the strategic implications of this resolution as far as moving us forward. First, I want to thank Commissioner Daugherty for including in the original language of the resolution a reference to the Green Mobility Challenge that was conducted by the Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority. And I also want to thank my commissioner, Bruce Todd, for his inclusion of the environmental history of this project in the resolution, as well as a commitment to sound budget principles should the county be called on to put property taxes toward the funding of this state highway. So I really do appreciate both of you for including that in the resolution today, and it certainly makes it better. However, from a strategic standpoint, I think the resolution dilutes the power of this court in moving this project forward in a sound way. It's no secret that I oppose the building of 45 Southwest. I've served on the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization for the last 6 years and have been on the front lines against the increasing majority in favor of this road. While I am an idealist, I also have a pragmatic bone in my body, and I see the increasing majority in favor of this road. I have stated often that I don't think that we should sacrifice our natural beauty, our air and water quality, our biodiversity, or our neighborhood character to build 45 Southwest, but it seems likely, based on the current makeup of Campo, as well as the momentary makeup of this court, that 45 Southwest will be built. But I implore you as a court to use your leverage to make sure that this road is built in an environmentally sensitive way with a contextual design that holds to an absolute minimum the degradation to our air quality, our water quality, and our local treasures such as Flint Ridge Cave, the Wildflower Center, and the neighborhood feel around what will be 45 Southwest. I implore you also to use your leverage as a court to consider the larger transportation implications of this particular road, the larger implications on I-35, on MOPAC, on Lone Star Rail, on Project Connect. This is not a standalone project. This has an impact on every single one of those major corridors. Although the resolution today speaks to a 3.6-mile segment between 1626 and MOPAC, I don't think anyone here is under the illusion that that's where this project stops. I don't think anyone here is under the illusion that the $75 million, which in fact Daily reported today is the actual cost of this 3.6-mile stretch, is the end of our financial obligations with regard to this project. As you all well know, we have no land use authority, and if we had, I feel confident that no responsible land use plan would have allowed this level of development over a critical recharge zone for our drinking water and in an endangered species habitat shot through with karst formations. But we don't have any land use authority. What we did instead, and I fully concede it didn't work, but what we did instead was we withheld transportation infrastructure and we purchased up fee simple and through environmental easements, both with the City of Austin and Travis County, huge portions of the property out there in order to preserve it, because it was the only tool we had in the toolbox. And yet, development still came on either side of the Travis-Hayes County line. It's not Hayes County's fault. We both have played a role in an increasing developmental density along an incredibly sensitive environmental corridor. Now, justifiably, that development is clamoring for solutions to connect them from their homes to their work. That is completely justifiable and understandable. These are fellow human beings. But Central Texans must find a way to live in and move through our environment without destroying it. The best option, which was alluded to by almost every speaker in favor of this road, is rail. Lone Star Rail will service, it's poised to come into being and to serve the exact same rider population as this road. I would encourage the Commissioners Court to use their leverage to promote Lone Star Rail as an additional option for this ridership. Lone Star Rail is going to come back before this court in a couple of weeks, and I implore you to support its implementation. And because I am a pragmatist, I don't think anyone here is a stranger to my position with regard to toll roads and the incredible burden it places on working families in their attempts to get to work. It drives up their costs considerably. But I reluctantly admit, as the resolution states, that building SH 45 Southwest as a limited access tollway with congestion pricing may be another option for us to move through environmentally sensitive territories without further degrading them. But only if the considerable toll revenue that will be generated by a managed congestion tollway is put toward two critical elements. One, which Commissioner Doherty has already alluded to in here, is the engineering necessary to hold the environmental damage to an absolute minimum. But two, and I strongly urge number two here, two is the operation and maintenance of Lone Star Rail and connected bus service in the I-35 corridors and the MOPAC corridors. Please rethink the politics of the moment and instead put forth policy solutions for a better future. Please give us a better balance between transportation and the environment. And please do your part to leverage the power of this Commissioner's Court to find ways for us to live in and move through our environment without damaging it. Thanks for listening to me, and I'm glad to have some new allies in this environmental issue as well.
He was referring to you, Mr. Brown.
Was she? Thank you, Judge. Thank you, members of the court, for your time today. I'm committed to solving the traffic problems of Shady Hollow and Brody Lane. I think it degrades the quality of life in that part of town and is an unacceptable traffic situation. I'm very much in support of Lone Star Rail and other ideas to get traffic off of I-35, help with multimodal transportation solutions of the area, and I think that Lone Star Rail is a good one. I'm opposed to Highway 45 for three main reasons. I think there's little evidence that this is going to solve the long-term traffic problem, not just for Brody Lane, but for that entire area. I think that it would degrade the quality of life of people who currently use MOPAC as a commuter area, and I think it could increase the bottleneck at the river. And finally, that this would jeopardize the Edwards Aquifer and Barton Springs, both of those things which are, I think, jewels of our community and could be harmed by this. So thank you very much for your time, and just wanted to give you my opinion. Thanks.